Hey everyone, welcome back. So this is part 2 of my Astro-Mythological Lenormand series, and in today's video we're going to go over the different groups. So first of all, I'll just quickly show you. There's the 2 Significator cards that aren't in any group, right? So I just wanted to show you and get those out of the way. This is supposed to be Mademoiselle Lenormand. I'm not sure if this is supposed to be Napoleon or whatnot, but anyways, so those are the significators. Okay, so now we have the rest of the 52 cards to go over, and they are divided into 5 groups. So it's really good to know these groups because they will help you understand the cards better. Now the first group, and I won't go over the definitions of each card, like I won't go in depth of what each card means. If you want to see that, please look at the link below and you will see a website of someone who translated everything into English. And so he did all the dirty work and all the credit goes to him. So this group here consists of 6 cards and it is the Conquest of the Golden Fleece. So it represents business, journeys, and commerce, basically work life, and it will usually come up to represent work. Not always, sometimes you'll get it in like a relationship type reading, but more often than not, it'll come up to represent commerce, business, and work. And so here we have the 10 of Diamonds. This is Peleus, or I'm probably not saying it right, guys, but he gives advice to Jason. Jason is the guy that has to go look for the golden fleece. And so he's giving advice, and this usually represents plans for travel or visit or journey. Okay, so the next card is the 9 of Diamonds. And this is the Argonauts embarking for Colchis. Again, I won't go over all the details. I'll just give you a really brief overview. The Queen of Clubs. I want to say, oh, sorry, this is the King of Clubs. My bad. Phineas shows the Argonauts the road to follow. So he is giving advice. I believe he's blind as well. And then we have the 4 of Diamonds. This is Medea, the magician, gives Jason a potion. Okay, and then we have the Ace of Clubs. Jason fighting in a forest to make off with the golden fleece. So here you can see the golden fleece. Now, this is one of the most positive cards in the deck. It represents success and, working hard to get success. Or success comes with working hard, basically. Now there's one more that's part of this group, 9 of Clubs, and it's actually in my Zodiac. Here we go. Okay, this is actually part of the Zodiac group as well. So this is the 9 of Clubs, and it's Juno sends the crab, or it's actually a crayfish, I think. He sends the crab to bite Hercules while fighting the Hydra. Okay, I'm just going to put that back in with my Zodiac cards. Well, you know what? I'll just do the Zodiac group right now before I get all disorganized. I was going to save that for last, but okay. So the Zodiac obviously will consist of 12 cards, and these cards can help influence the other cards in a negative or a positive way, and they also help to determine timing. Now, I do not know how to do this yet, but as soon as I learn and grow with this system, I will definitely make a video on that. but that's what I know so far. Planetary cards have special influence, negative or positive. And let me just see here what I wrote down. The Zodiac cards help for time calculation. Okay. So first we have Aries. Okay, this is Jupiter with a ram's head showing Bacchus, a fountain to drink. It's basically, it means a man looking for help. And you can see he has this kind of like goat or ram's head. So that represents Aries in this deck, okay? Then we have Taurus. Jupiter disguised as a bull abducts Europa. And it means questionable behavior, misconduct of a child. It can mean abduction of a girl, literally. And that was Taurus. Okay, so here we have Gemini. This is Castor and Pollux. It represents family, unity, union in marriage. The Three of Diamonds. Okay, so here we have the same card that I just went over, the Nine of Clubs. Cancer. Juno sends the crab to bite Hercules while fighting the Hydra. So, not to be redundant. And I'll let you see the whole card. Okay, so the next one is Leo. Hercules strangling the lion. Courageous man in service of his country. Respect and friendship. The Queen of Hearts is Virgo. Jupiter indicating to Astrea her place in heaven. And it means soft-hearted, obliging woman. Keep away from bad company. Fight against weaknesses. Okay, Jack of Spades is Libra. Philosopher holding up a pair of scales. Man of high education. Legislator. Justice has been rendered. Then we have Scorpio. Phaeton abandons the sun's chariot on seeing a scorpion, flying scorpion. So here, this is the flying scorpion. And this card is about carelessness. You know, he freaks out. He sees that flying scorpion and he freaks out and he drops the reins, and it is not good. This card is to warn against acting carelessly. Okay, then we have this very strange looking creature. It's Sagittarius. I don't know how. Chiron the centaur, killed by an arrow, is put on the sky as Sagittarius. Dominated by laziness and indifference, the future will not prospect. So this card is about laziness. And it represents Sagittarius. That doesn't make any sense because Sagittarians are not lazy. But anyways, Five of Spades. Okay, then we have the Seven of Clubs. Capricorn. Pan wishes to climb up to the sky. Seductive artist, beware of a seducer. So you can see that there's a goat in the clouds. Okay, and this is Aquarius, Seven of Clubs. Ganymede, serving gods with ambrosia. Efforts are made to get you a job. Your job is assured. That is the Eight of Diamonds. And the Four of Hearts is Pisces. Those are really unique looking creatures. They are supposed to be dolphins. So this is Pisces. Venus and Cupid cross the Euphrates River on the back of dolphins. Okay, so we've done 2 groups already. Okay, so the next one is the War of Troy. And this group represents, let me just take a peek here. social issues, betrayal, just issues in regards to, having people deceive you or befriend you, things like that, social issues, okay? So we start off with the Five of Clubs, and it's about Paris. Paris elopes with Helen, wife of Menelaus. A man betrays his friend. Betrayal of trust. So this is a fairly negative card. Two of Spades. Greek princes, not princess, but princes, they come to consult Kalchas, trusted secrets, useful advice. Jack of Diamonds. Ulysses, disguised as tradesman, seeks out Achilles at court. Skillful young man, entrusted with an important message. Your plans are on the right road. So this card can be about like deception because he's in disguise. So then we have the Ten of Clubs. Ulysses and Diomedes in an enemy camp. Success in a risky business. Be courageous and you will conquer. Nine of Spades. I wish I had all these memorized, guys. I'm still learning. Isis brings news to Helen in embroidery circle. Sorrow and moral suffering. Think of the unhappiness you are causing to others. So yeah, this is a negative card again. But click on the link that I've included for a more thorough description of these cards. I'm getting these descriptions I'm reading right now are from a different source. They're very, very much little white booklet type meanings. So we have here the Six of Clubs, and that is Paris and Menelaus about to engage in single combat, insincere reconciliation between two enemies, no result in a business quarrel. Then we have the Six of Spades. The Trojan horse is brought into Troy. Irremediate deception, disastrous event. So that's pretty straightforward. I didn't actually have to read that. You guys probably know the story. And we have Eight of Spades. So that's Achilles dragging Hector's death body. Sorrow caused by the loss of a souvenir. An enemy has gained his revenge. And finally, the Queen of Diamonds. Gods and goddesses at the marriage of Peleus and Thetis. Okay, this is about the golden apple of discord. It says, the apple says to the most beautiful or something like that, causes discord amongst the females. Malicious woman taking pleasure in doing harm, an event which will produce indiscreet chatter. So this can be a negative card in a way, the Queen of Diamonds. And that concludes our Trojan War series. So now we're going to go to the largest group. This is about the unforeseen, the unexpected. This is about destiny. So something you didn't expect, totally, came at you unexpectedly. That's just the best way I can describe it. And it's actually the biggest group, and it has 19 cards. They also are called the hazard cards, but they're not always negative. They're not necessarily hazards. Most of them are. This is a very, this deck is not for angel card readers, okay? This is not a sugar-coated type of system. It's not fluffy. It's to the point. It's very blunt. It gives you harsh reality. So if you're the type of a reader to try to sugarcoat things and, you don't want to hurt people's feelings, I wouldn't go with this deck, okay? Just what I've gathered so far from this. It's very, very blunt and can be a little bit harsh. Okay, so we have the Two of Clubs. And this is the money card. Goddesses extracting gold from the river Pactolus. Gift, legacy, inheritance, unexpected support. So these vessels are called jackpots. So that's interesting. And so the J, it has nothing to do with that, but it just makes me think of jackpots. So it's the money card, you know. Okay, so we have the Jack of Clubs, which is Hippomenes, pursued by Atlanta, drops golden apples. So he's dropping these apples to distract this person here so that he'll win. So it represents cunning behavior. Gallant young man employs skill and connections is what I'm reading, but it represents like winning at all costs kind of thing. Throwing dust in your opponent's eyes to win sort of thing. So, okay, this is an interesting one. This is about Pandora's box. Okay, I'll read it to you. So this is the Seven of Diamonds. This is Epimetheus' wife opens the box of Pandora. So is that her or her? I'm not sure. But it represents ups and downs, worries of all kinds. So basically the story about Pandora's box, of course, is she opens the box and all suffering and misery comes out, and this is the cause of human suffering, basically. And you can see the little skeletons popping out there. So more or less, this is a negative card, although I have seen more positive spins put on it. But I'd say it's a negative card, especially like these two down here are, this guy is representing like poverty and, you know, it's just bad business and not a good card. Okay, and then we have the Eight of Hearts. An eagle carrying off a toad above a pond. Death or departure of a parent or friend. Long-awaited success arrives at last. So that's kind of confusing. And this means death of a rival. So I think it's a fairly negative card, even though it can represent death of a rival. Okay, so this card, however, is the most positive card in the deck, the Three of Hearts. Dog-faced baboon writing in the ground with a stick. So it represents man of genius, invention, and intellectual work. So for some reason, this is the most positive card in the deck. I'll have to research further as to exactly why, but that's what I've read. Okay, this one is not a good card. This is Six of Diamonds. So it doesn't look too bad, right? But this little rat, it's a mongoose. It's going into the crocodile's mouth so that it can eat its heart. Okay. So it represents like hanging around with the wrong crowd. They, you know, having the people who you associate with bringing you down into depravity and corruption, and just not a good card. But here it says, a mongoose enters the gullet of a sleeping crocodile. Dangerous, wicked person capable of any scheme to achieve his ends. And so this represents a man full of corruption, and for some reason this is very negative as well. A bad couple playing music. So yeah. Okay, and then the Two of Hearts is a Covey of Partridges. I guess you call that a Covey, I'm not sure. Fixed by a dog. So this is a card about inactivity, like the dog is looking at the partridges. He's not actually chasing after them. So it's like, if this is an outcome card, it'd be like, well, nothing's going to happen. If you're trying to see if anything will happen between a relationship, or to see what, if something will turn into a relationship, this will say like no. But there's way more to it than just that. This is a hermit sitting outside his little modest house, and this is about flattery. Don't ask me why a fountain is about flattery, but that's what it's about. Okay, so the King of Diamonds is about someone offering assistance. Cadmus offers a vase to Mercury, and it means a man who is straightforward and obliging. Help from a stranger. So this is a fairly positive card, I'd say. Okay, this is a fairly negative card. This is the Queen of Spades, and it's Isis in tears finds her husband dead. So this is Osiris, this is Isis, and it means widowhood, separation, loss of a friend, consolation, just, you know, very sad card. And then we have Four of Spades. So this is about Juno disguised as an old woman. Jealousy, wicked advice in order to eliminate a rival. There's a child setting fire. Okay, and this is the Queen of Clubs. Hesperides, guarding the tree of golden apples. A kind and generous woman acting irresponsible. Music and poetry. Okay, so this card really throws me off all the time because I often get this. It's a panther looking at a mirror, looking at its reflection in a mirror. And it actually represents like an irresponsible woman who spends too much money and who is just really not on the right track in life. Like, don't ask me why. I'm sure there's a lot of symbology here that I'm not understanding, but that's what it means. A dissipated woman. This woman, however, is more positive. The Five of Hearts is two gentlemen of different countries admitted to the presence of the king. Foreign ambassadors, diplomacy, negotiation. Okay, so it's basically about negotiation. And then we have the Ten of Spades, and this is about theft. The whole entire card is about theft. We have theft here, and this is, I lost my spot, just give me a sec. Ten of Spades. Lavima, goddess of thieves, accompanied by wolves. Theft, loss, burglars are watching you. So if you're a paranoid type of person and you're reading for yourself, it's probably not advised to read with this deck. Ace of Hearts. Okay, this is a good card. It's about family. These are all his daughters. I don't know how to say these names, but bear with me. Danaus and his 50 daughters. Kinship, large family. And there's something about a church service here and an incense burner here. Two of Diamonds. Now this is interesting because it can represent unplanned pregnancy. But let's see what it says here. A child seated on a billy goat. Questionable behavior. Fecundity. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I looked it up. It means like fertility. Confinement. So yeah. The Three of Spades. This is one of the most negative cards in the deck. It means the three fates. Serious illness, danger of death. So these are the three fates. They are determining our fate. This one is representing a long life, and this one is a very short life, or a life cut short. And we have the Ace of Diamonds, which is about messages and communication and also discretion. This one here is Argus. I want to say Argus. Let me just double check my notes. It's okay. Argus reading a letter indiscreetly. So this is about indiscretion, and this is about discretion. This is Anubis, And Anubis is guarding papers. So that is more about confidentiality. So it depends which this picture flanks to see what, you know. And yeah, this is Harpocrates giving Mercury a letter. Letter, message, news, secret. Then we have the King of Hearts. Old man meditating in front of an hourglass. Well, it's more like a clock, but yeah. It means rich and wise man. Advice, cautions in business and professional ventures. Okay, so this is the book of Solon, and it's, or Solon's laws, and it's about a mind that is profound and enlightened. And the Bible on the pulpit is about enjoying a peaceful life, doing good to others. Oh, geez, you guys can't see. Okay, there. And then we have the King of Spades. So this is Memnon presiding over a plea at a law court. It means prospective lawsuit, a lawyer appointed to settle your affairs. And prisoner behind bars. So this is all about the law. And it's interesting because it's the King of Spades, which is like the King of Swords in tarot, right? So there's a lot, well, not a lot, but there's some consistency in the meanings of the cards. Another one is the Eight of Diamonds, which is very similar to the Eight of Pentacles. And can't remember which one that was in. It was probably in the Alchemy group. Okay, so it's probably going to be in here. No, it won't be in here, sorry. This is the Alchemy group, or the Hermetic laws. And it represents relationships, marriage, and private life. Okay, and there's 7 cards. So here we have the 7 of Spades. An alchemist puts raw matter into a philosophical lamp. And it's about hope that an idea will fructify. Efforts are made towards a marriage. The 3 of Clubs is an alchemist examining progress of a philosophical lamp. Happy surprise in the midst of sorrow. Difficult existence, hard work achieves success. 4 of Clubs. An alchemist bends over the philosophical lamp. A vain woman. Unfortunate marriage. A man dependent upon the whims of a woman. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing here. So here we have the 8 of Clubs. Alchemist between 2 philosophical lamps. Successful marriage. The 7 of Hearts. Alchemist pouring liquid dissolvent into a philosophical lamp. Friendship and love that is given to someone else. So probably not a very good card, although it can be. We have the 10 of Hearts. Alchemist looking at matter crowned with whiteness. A man full of admiration, a young girl without willpower. And the 6 of Hearts. Alchemist watching stone turning into gold. Eminent job full of remuneration, career has always been satisfactory. So that was our Hermetic group. So those were the 5 groups, and it's really, like I said, it's really good to know which group your card falls into. The easiest one, of course, is the Alchemy one, because it's pretty, you know, straightforward when you see the philosopher's lamp, right? The other ones are a little bit more tricky, but like the Trojan War ones and the Golden Fleece ones are pretty straightforward. But it's a good idea to familiarize yourself with these cards and the different groups, just so you can get proper context when you're doing a reading. And that'll be all for our number 2 video in the series. So stay tuned for number 3, and I will see you soon.